Would I start a video business again? Let me take you back real quick, just give you some background. I graduated from James Madison University. I majored in digital video and cinema studies. I was very fortunate to know from a young age that this was exactly what I wanted to do. And it was something behind a camera or with video editing. I think originally I might have wanted to become an editor, and then I realized that was like way too much sitting down and not really moving around or getting out and seeing sunlight. So that changed over time. When I graduated, I worked for a marketing company and I ran their video studio. And then for a little while after that company got sold and I lost my job, I worked at the Apple Store Genius Bar for about a year. And it was there that I really noticed that the corporate structure was going to be challenging in allowing me to move up and forward into a position that actually leveraged my expertise, because I started at the Genius Bar, but the dream was, maybe there's a position in Cupertino as a video editor or something in the video realm that I could work my way up to. And there were just certain things in place that made it a little more challenging at that time to kind of move into that position. So one day I walked in and I turned in my resignation, and ZMB Media was born, my company. And it evolved over time, right? Originally, it started out of my parents' house, so I was living at home. Then I got a co-working space, and then once I got the co-working space, I moved out and I got my own living space along with it. And then the co-working space morphed into, I joined forces with another video company that had a studio space and just kind of helped them with making the rent cheaper by splitting it. And then ultimately, as we outgrew that partnership, I got my own video space. And I absolutely loved that studio. Like that was like my safe solstice, or almost like going to the spa. It was like a sanctuary. It was a sanctuary going to that studio, because the space was all mine, minus the accounting firm next door that yelled a lot and occasionally had dogs barking. Don't know what that was about. But I really found this safe space where I could make magic happen, whether it was for myself or for my clients. But along that journey, there's been a lot of hardship. Like, it looks so easy looking back at it now and being like, oh my God, you're 11 years into the business on your own and you're making all this money, you've had this success, you've worked with these clients, but at what trade-off? Most people don't realize that the huge sacrifice you have to make of your nights and weekends when you work conferences or events means so many nights with friends that you could have been out to dinners or doing fun stuff that you can't do because you're working. And so many family dinners or family meals or visiting the in-laws or the parents that you say no to because you're working. Or the times where maybe the money isn't as strong, like going into the winter time from around the holiday season, or in the summertime when everyone's away at camp or on vacations, and you decide to penny pinch. So you say no to going out to a dinner or a movie or spending time with friends. So no one sees all the sacrifice that happens behind the scenes. They certainly don't see the scared person behind the scenes that doesn't know where the next project is going to come in from. And it's really important to show you that this is not this golden job. This is not this perfect thing to put up on a pedestal to think like, that's my goal, that's amazing, I want to be like them, or I want to be in that position, because it's not always sunshine and daisies. It really isn't. It's actually really hard and extremely lonely on this journey. I've lost friendships, I've lost significant others, I've lost my dream house. I worked my butt off and finally bought my dream house, and I lost that due to a divorce. And it's really hard to run a video business. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So would I do it again? Yeah, I would. I would do this all again. I would start from ground zero. I would start from scratch. I know so much more now about how I could balance my personal relationships with my friends and family and prioritize and show the people in my life that they're important too, because I don't need every last dollar. Like, could I have had a year where I sacrificed $20,000 to have 10 more nights with friends and family? Yeah, I could. And I was fortunate enough that I was in a position where I made enough in those years where I could have done that, right? And some of you might be looking at me like, $20,000? Who's going to sacrifice that? Are you crazy? You could buy a car with cash with that, or that could be a down payment on a house, maybe before the interest rates were like 7%. I guess what this video is about is, would I start a video business again? Yeah, but I would do it in a way smarter fashion where it's okay to say no to certain things. It's okay to not have to take every single video shoot. It's okay to not work every single night and weekends. If you're older than me, or if you're married and you have kids, like, they will grow up so fast. I don't have children at this time, but I can just only imagine had I not been there for them on top of the people that I wasn't there for, because I was not balancing the business with the personal life. Yeah, that would be really, really challenging. But building a business it's worth it. It is. It allows you certain freedoms. It teaches you so many things, because you are now HR, you are now accounting, you are now the videographer, the editor, the producer, the director, the script writer, the voiceover artist maybe. And you get to learn every facet of the production and really kind of become a jack of all trades, because you have to. In entrepreneurship, you have to become that jack of all trades. So I think it's worth it. What I say is tread lightly, or tread with caution. Don't make the massive sacrifices or the mistakes that I did, because your friends and family are the ones that are going to be there for you. And they're the ones that might even be the first ones to support your business. So don't throw those behind just because you're busy, or you think you need to eke out another 2 hours of work that night, when really, like, you don't even really know what you're doing, so you're not really working effectively. Make it worth it. Make starting a business worthwhile. Stay with it. It does not happen overnight. This is not something where you just say, I'm going to start a business, and then all the clients come running, like in Field of Dreams, where he's like, if you build it, he will come. And then they all just appear out of the cornfield, right? It's not like that. But if you build it in a way where you keep your priorities in check and you know why you started in the first place, then it's worth everything.